Does Congress have a fourth stimulus check in its pocket for later this year? The IRS has already made over 165 million third stimulus payments since March and is sending new batches weekly. However, some in the Senate and House are pushing for a fourth payment, either as another one-time check or as recurring payments. Others in Washington, however, say the money would be better spent elsewhere. People don't only need relief, they need stability, certainty, and predictability, said Democratic Representative Pramila Jayapal on the need for $1,000 recurring monthly payments through the pandemic. Some in Congress say a fourth check isn't necessary now. This economy is poised to boom, said Senate Republican leader Mitch McConnell. I can't imagine the economy is going to need a fourth round. As of today, President Joe Biden hasn't committed to a fourth check and there isn't one in either of his new stimulus plans. That letter you may have received this month from Biden is about the third check, not the fourth. However, the proposals do contain other ways you could get thousands of dollars in benefits or tax breaks, including $3,600 per kid from the new child tax credit, and up to $16,000 in tax credits for childcare expenses like day camp and after-school care. We'll share what we know. Meanwhile, here's how to check on your tax refund and find out if the IRS owes you money for a previous tax refund. This story was recently updated. Could a fourth stimulus check become part of one of Biden's new plans? The American Rescue Plan approved in March was Biden's first stimulus package, with its $1,400 checks, $300 extra in weekly unemployment benefits and an expanded child tax credit running into 2022. See if you qualify for the recurring child tax credit payments. The Biden administration advocates two sequel stimulus bills for 2021. Neither proposal calls for a new stimulus check at this stage. However, Democratic members of the House and Senate have thrown their weight behind a fourth stimulus check, including recurring or monthly payments. Earlier this spring, a group of 10 progressive lawmakers, including Sens. Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders, asked Biden to include regular stimulus payments, PDF, in his next stimulus bill. We urge you to include recurring direct payments and automatic unemployment insurance extensions tied to economic conditions in your Build Back Better long-term economic plan, the statement said. A few weeks later, another group of 21 Democrats made a similar request to Biden. The $1,400 stimulus check also was left out of early proposals for what would become the December 2020 stimulus law, with an agreement to include the $600 stimulus check squeaking through as a late addition. How another stimulus check payment could arrive. The American Rescue Plan contains three types of payments with money going directly to individuals, one of which is the $1,400 stimulus check. It's possible a future bill could extend or introduce more money through direct payments that go to specific groups of recipients, such as parents who earn below a certain income or people out of work. Here are the three types of direct payments approved in the March 2021 bill. Stimulus checks. The one-time stimulus payments have been sending up to $1,400 apiece to those who meet the requirements. Here's what to know about plus-up payments for people who may get more money on top of the check they already received. Child tax credit. An expansion of the child tax credit for 2021 sends qualifying families up to $3,600 for each child. You can calculate your child tax credit total here. These periodic checks will last through the end of the year, with a final payment in 2022. Federal unemployment bonus. A monthly federal unemployment check is being sent until September 6 at up to $300 a month, in addition to state benefits for unemployed workers. Future checks could potentially arrive in this form instead. The third leg of Biden's economic stimulus strategy, called the American Families Plan, could include more money going out directly to individuals and families. Here's how. Approve recurring payments. Biden's American Families Plan proposal is the next likely place for Congress to provide more funding. This is where Democratic senators are calling on Biden to push for recurring fourth stimulus checks during the pandemic. Make the child tax credit raise permanent. Money from the expanded child tax credit is set to start in July, sending periodic payments to lower-income and middle-income families with children. In his speech before Congress, Biden called on the House and Senate to extend the expanded child tax credit to 2025. Others, including Senator Mitt Romney, Utah, also support making the credit permanent since it will lift millions of children out of poverty. Pass a minimum wage hike. Some senators continue to look for ways to boost the federal minimum wage, which currently stands at $7.25 per hour. In his speech before Congress, Biden called on the legislators to raise the minimum wage to $15. Romney and Kyrsten Sinema have also pitched a hike. Some proponents want to set the bar at a $15 hourly wage, but others are looking to go to $11 an hour. If any senator believes this is the last time they will cast a vote on whether or not to give a raise to 32 million Americans, they are sorely mistaken, Sanders tweeted on March 5. A February report from the Brookings Institute models how a $15 minimum wage could help make 37% of U.S. households financially self-sufficient. Renew federal unemployment payments beyond September. Along with recurring payments, before you start getting worried, check your bank account to see if it's pending deposit. It could also be stuck en route in the mail. It's possible the IRS hasn't sent it yet, or maybe there's an issue with your payment. Keep checking often as the IRS sends new batches of payments each week, including plus-up payments, to those who qualify for a larger payment. You can use the IRS stimulus tracking tool to help you find an answer about your payment. It can reveal information you may need to act on, for instance, if you need to file a payment trace, or it could help put your mind at ease about the status of your payment. The tool isn't perfect, and there are some details that we'll explain below. It's also a good idea to know how much stimulus money you should expect, since the tool won't tell you. After tax day, the IRS will shift focus to disburse child tax credit checks for up to $3,600 for those eligible. Calculate your child tax credit total here. You also have until May 17th to see if the IRS owes you any extra tax refund money. While we're on the subject, you can find out in under 2 minutes if your state owes you money, too. Here's how to claim up to thousands in child care expenses and what we know about a possible fourth stimulus payment. We update this story often. IRS Get My Payment Tracking Tool. What can it tell me about my stimulus check? To get an update on your third stimulus check using Get My Payment, enter your social security number, date of birth, street address and zip or postal code. The tool will display a message with information about your payment. You can see things like whether your money was sent or is scheduled to be sent, the payment method, direct deposit, paper check or EIP card, and the date your stimulus money was issued. It may also say it can't yet determine your status. See more below about error messages. We currently believe the IRS payment tracking tool does not give you the status of a plus-up payment, if you're due one. What won't the Get My Payment Tracking tool tell me about my check? The IRS tool will not give you hourly updates. The status information is updated once daily, usually overnight. Nor will it tell you how much stimulus money you're getting. Calculate your stimulus payment here, or provide details on the first 2 stimulus checks approved in 2020. You won't find steps for what to do if you run into payment problems. The IRS doesn't want you to call if you have payment trouble, either. The agency says its representatives don't have information beyond what's shown in the tool. Here's what we recommend doing to address a stimulus issue. I see payment status not available. What does that mean? Don't be alarmed if the Get My Payment tool gives you a message that says, payment status not available. You may see this message until your payment is processed, according to the IRS, so you may not have to do anything. But it could also mean you're not eligible for a payment, according to the IRS. So you may want to double-check your eligibility and plug your numbers in our stimulus check calculator to see whether you're due money. I see a "Need more information" message. What does that mean? According to the IRS FAQ, a "Need more information" message in the Get My Payment tool means your payment was returned because the U.S. Postal Service wasn't able to deliver it. The FAQ says you'll be able to have your payment reissued as a direct deposit by providing a bank routing and account number, a prepaid debit card, the card must be reloadable, or a financial service account that has a routing and account number associated with it. The FAQ says you can